Rundown with Ramon. Welcome to a brand new edition of the Rundown with Ramon. We got a lot in store for you today. I'm glad you're here today. If I'm joining you, if you're joining me, and today you're not feeling so well, I hope I can be a part of your day to make you feel just a little bit better. And if you're joining me today and you're feeling fantastically blessed and well, I'm so glad I can be part of your day when you're feeling fantastically blessed and well. All we do is one thing alone on the Rundown with Ramon. We want you to live your best life or start or grow your business. So welcome to a brand new edition of the Rundown with Ramon. I'm glad you're here today. My name is Ramon Ray, your host, 5-time entrepreneur, 5-time publisher of books, and sold 3 businesses. Today, we got a lot in store for you today. We're going to talk about practical strategies for building and maintaining trust. Trust is so important. Some content marketing strategies that every small business should know. What reading a book can reveal. Something's happening in the small business lending market, and how to do the thing you're afraid of by Jason Pfeiffer of Entrepreneur Media. Definitely tag him and let him know Ramon Ray's talking about him on LinkedIn, especially Jason Pfeiffer. Then on Instagram or Twitter is, hey, Jason. 5 tiny signs you're not taking good care of your mind from our friends at Your Tango. Bantam Bagels founder fell into a mindset trap people don't talk about. We want to talk about from Forbes, meet the quietly powerful company that's changing how business values design. And lastly, this startup wants to grow your side hustle for you while cutting you a monthly check. So glad you're here today. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Sit back, relax. Well, don't relax, but sit back and get ready for a brand new show as we step into today's version of the Rundown with Ramon. All right. Here we go on the day's episode of the Rundown with Ramon, bringing up what we're going to share today. Here we go. 10 practical strategies for building and maintaining trust. How do we do that? Writes Andrea Miller. Trust is not easy to build, but you can lose it so fast. What do we do to be better at building trust? And trust is essential to develop relationships further, especially in business, but even in personal lives. So number 1, Andrea says, communicate effectively and often. The second one I love, which is one of my favorite for building trust, is the power of vulnerability. If I'm vulnerable with you and open up how I am about with you, you're going to be much more inclined to be vulnerable with me. Number 3, lead by example. How can you ask others to do what you won't do? Lead by example. Recognize and appreciate efforts. When leaders acknowledge team members' hard work and achievements, they show them that their contributions are valued. So recognize and appreciate efforts. Provide regular feedback. Regular feedback is absolutely important when you want to build trust with somebody, because if you're giving them feedback, then they know that you have a vested interest in them. Be consistent. There's nothing that will kill trust than not being consistent. The power of consistency is so important. Build personal connections, one-to-one, not just trying to understand everybody in the room, but to get to know people directly. It's powerful. Building the personal connections that can take you to the next level. Encourage and facilitate professional growth. Don't forget to grow yourself, grow your professional connections. Are you providing support and resources, ensuring team members have the resources, training, and support they need equips them to succeed? Acknowledge and address unconscious bias. Increasing awareness of unconscious biases and how they can impact interaction and decision-making by providing training for the team is a form of proactive inclusivity. The impact of trust on organizational success is powerful, writes this article. Trust contributes to better employee retention rates. That was written by Andrea Miller in Forbes. Powerful, powerful insights that we all can know. Again, if you just joined, you are in the right place. This is the Rundown with Ramon, and I'm so glad you've taken the time to be here today. Ding, 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 ding. 40 content marketing strategies every small business should know. 40 is a lot, so I'm probably not going to unpack all of them, but content marketing is important to understand. Actually, first, the evolution of content marketing strategy. The article talks about that the early days pre-internet, content marketing existed before the internet. John Deere of the Deere tractor, yes, had a Furrows magazine that he published. Of course, the rise of websites and blogs and email newsletters was popular in the 1990s and 2000s. That's where I came into being. And then we have this social media era and more. So why should small businesses even consider investing in the world of content marketing? You know why? Because it builds attention. It gets people knowing who you are. And it also is a form of building trust. It works. Content marketing works. Hey, Karen, glad you're here today. Happy day to you, Karen Vinson. Glad you're here. I love it. And the hashtag I am here. Content marketing is actually a form of building trust. So it works. So what are some things you can do? So one, diving into content marketing stats. Again, this article from our friends at smallbiztrends.com. There's 600 million blogs online, people say. WordPress is one of the dominant features. 82% of marketers are actively investing in content marketing. 40% of B2B marketers have a documented content marketing strategy. Content marketing budget statistics, almost 50% of professionals involved in content marketing expected their content budgets to increase. What does it mean to have successful content marketing? 82% of marketers are actively investing in content marketing. Almost 80% of respondents have already adapted AI tools in their content marketing. Long-form content marketing is also something to consider. Articles with a word count of over 2,500 earn the most links. The average blog post is 1,200 words long. On average, there is content marketing ROI of $2.77 for every dollar spent. Where they came up with that, I don't know. 51% of businesses that invest in content marketing, guess what? They publish content every single day. What's up, Audrey? Good to have you here of the musical web. Good day, good day. Ayanna, rather. Good. I keep saying Aubrey and Audrey. Ayanna of the musical web. Glad you put your name in there, Ayanna. Thank you for that. Ayanna of the musical web. You're looking to do piano lessons, teach yourself piano, teach your kids piano, and more. Definitely check out the musical web with Ayanna and team. So content marketing is so important. So important. 85% of internet users in the United States watch online video content. Content marketing strategies are so important. 76% of marketers report content marketing generates demand, and almost 80%, as I said earlier, have adapted content marketing tools. So if you want to succeed in leveraging the power of content marketing, understand your audience, setting clear goals, brainstorming content ideas, creating the content that's important, promoting the content, and analyzing the content results. I don't need to sell you probably on the value of content marketing, Karen, but yes, content marketing builds trust. Absolutely right. Karen says it right. We can see and follow the business. You can see the journey, and it insulates you more and more and more to want to work with that business. I see Ayanna's content all the time, the musical web. Who do you think I'm going to turn to when I want people to learn piano lessons and more? It's going to be Ayanna of the musical web. So the power of content is so important. And those who are not doing it, I would dare say you are missing out. Ding, 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 ding. What can rereading a book reveal? Rereading a book is important, says our friends at The Atlantic. But is there ever a book you read that was really good and you picked it up and read it again? I bet you got deeper insights, more insights, better insights into what you read. This is the power of memory. The first time you read it, you may not get everything out of it. But as you read it again and again and again, you get more out of it. So my challenge to you, go back to a book that you haven't read in a while and see if you should reread that book. Dana Austin says, content characters right here with the rundown with Ramon. Well, thank you, Dana Austin. I will take that. And this is, by the way, if you just joined the Rundown with Ramon, all we do is ask for 20 minutes of your time, 30 minutes of your time, rather, to give you the top 10 things you need to know to grow or start your business or just live your best life here on the Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. Next up, moving from books to something is happening in the small business lending space, says Ami Kasser. Time will tell, but if history repeats itself, he says, when small business lending starts to decline, it is often a warning of coming economic turbulence. Now, this was written some time ago, several months ago, but what he's saying is that more and more lenders are moving out of the lending market. Not all are, and you shouldn't panic. Now, of course, Amit Kosler has a lending company, so there's something in there, for him. Multi-funding is a great company, multi-funding, but he's saying, hey, if your lender is closing up shop, there are alternatives, and definitely one is multi-funding. But he's warning us and saying that, hey, Funding Circle is stopping lending. Fund X Solutions shut down. Lending is getting harder and harder. And so there are some options out there. And the key here thing is one thing I want to tell you all, Kim Wyckoff, good day to you, Kim Wyckoff, glad you're here, is be careful when you do get a loan to make sure that it's what you want. Scott Simons, glad you're here today. Investor, entrepreneur, leader, GOAT of the automotive space. Scott Simons, glad you're here. Alexandria Nicole, glad you're here today as well. And Deborah, I like what you're talking about books, Deborah. It's so important. Certain books I reread every so often. Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, everybody, if you just joined today, my name is Ramon Ray. This is The Rundown with Ramon. Up next, we're talking about a topic that I really, really love and appreciate. How do you do the thing that you're afraid of? Jason Pfeiffer of Entrepreneur Media. And if you know Jason Pfeiffer on LinkedIn, even if you don't know him, a good guy to know. One thing better is his community. How to do the thing you're afraid of, Jason Pfeiffer does. And if you know Jason, or do me a favor, tag him on LinkedIn, Jason Pfeiffer, let him know I'm talking about him. You can get to know him on Instagram, Twitter, at Hey Jason, I think it is, something like that. But here's what he says. Two things you're afraid of doing are conquerable. One, should you be doing them? And I think if you're afraid of doing them, but you know it'll be better for you and that it will solve the pain you're having, this means that you should be doing it. Number two, he suggests take baby steps. You don't have to do everything all at once. Take baby steps to ease your way into it. But here's what Jason Pfeiffer says. Here's what Jason Pfeiffer says is the way to step through your fear. Three simple things. One, recognize your fear is real. It is a product of you, informed by you, created by you, can also be solved by you. Number two, locate, ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? Interrogate the answer, find the things you're really afraid of. And three, unlock. You've defined your fear. This is your lock. Now craft a key to unlock it. The goal is not to not be afraid, he says. That's not possible. But the goal is to give you permission to move forward. This is how to step out and do the things you're afraid of doing. I have fears. There's things I probably should be doing, but I'm not. We all have fears in some way, shape, or fashion. But don't let those fears keep you down. Again, this is what we're all doing at the Rundown with Ramon to help you live your best life or start to grow your business. Glad you're here today. Get to know me better at zoneofgenius.com. Looking for an event host, keynote speaker, motivational speaker? Check me out at ramonray.com. Thank you for being here. Alexandria, what's your fear, Alexandria? And do you have a fear that you know you need to step out? Scott Simons, what's your fear? Do you know you have a fear that you need to conquer? Deborah, what's your fear? Do you know you have a fear you need to get over? Kim, what's your fear? Do you know, Kim, you have a fear you need to get over? Karen's conquering some of her fears. She's reread Michael Gerber's E-Myth, one of my favorite books. In fact, Karen, I have it right on my shelf right here. My top books that I read for entrepreneurship. Fear is a real thing, but we can all take the steps we need to do to get over our fears. Ding, 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 ding. Next up, moving from fear to 5 tiny signs you're not taking good care of your mind. Our mental health and mental state are important, and these are things that are so important also on the journey of conquering our fears. Alexandria says one fear that she has is not living up to her full potential. That's a good fear to acknowledge. And so, Alexandria, the challenge that we all face when we have these fears, now what are we going to do about it? And what's going to stop Alexandria Nicole from living to her full potential? And I know she's working on that every day. So what are some signs that you're not taking good care of your mind? One, you have a victim mindset. Number two, mental disarray feels like the norm. Number three, your curiosity has disappeared. Number four, you notice a lack of self-care rituals. And number five, you spend more time watching TikTok than reading news, resources, or books. This is how you know you're not taking care of your mind. So if you want to take care of your mind and do better, what should you do? Stop having a victim's mindset. Don't let mental disarray be the norm and grab you and suck the energy out of you. Be curious, do new things. Self-care is important every day, and spend less time watching social media and more time reading. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. To get to the next level, we have to get to the next level. To get to the next level, we have to do the things that keep us moving forward. Easier said than done, I know it, but it's something we must do. As Danelle Delgado is apt to say, who loses if you don't win? Ask yourself that today. If you don't win Scott, if you don't win Alexandria, if you don't win Karen, if you don't win Deborah, if you don't win Kim, if you don't win Iana, if you don't win, who loses? You know who loses if I don't win? Not only will my wife lose, as we're in our home together, empty nesters, my two kids are moved and out of the house, but our children will lose as well if I don't win, even though they're grown adults. They will lose something of me, something that they've watched on this journey. If I don't win, maybe my community will lose, my church, my youth group, people who may look up to me and I don't even realize it. If I don't win, maybe my family will lose out on something, the nieces and nephews and aunts and uncles that are looking at me. Ask yourself that question. Karen, do you have to win? Alexandria, do you have to win? Scott Simons, do you have to win? Ask ourselves this question. And I think for most of us, the answer is yes, we have to win. Ding, 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 ding. Next up. This founder fell into a mindset trap that people don't talk about. Many of you may know the brand Bantam Bagels. She launched her brand on Shark Tank, or showcased her brand. Lori Grenier invested in the brand. They got into Starbucks and other places. They then sold it for a few million to another brand, and then that brand shut it down. Lori Grenier invested about $275,000 for 11% stake. Sales went to $45 million. She sold the business for $34 million. And here's the reality she had to cope with. Even though you want to keep a business forever, even though you think it's your baby, you grew it, if you're going to build and go to the next level, sometimes you have to let go of what you're holding on to get to the next thing. If you've done all you can, grown it to the much as you can with it, sometimes you have to let go to get to the next level. Everything is not forever. Rarely is everything forever. Easier said than done, but it's something we need to learn on and listen to. Bantam Bagels founder had to learn that lesson. What about you? Moving forward, getting to the next level in our journey of entrepreneurship. It's not easy, easier said than done, but it's something oftentimes we have to do. There's a company out there that's changing how businesses value design. How things look is so important, and design is an important element of business. I took the time to design how the screen looks here and more. I want it to look nice. Last but not least, a little fun story here. This startup wants to grow your side hustle for you while cutting you a check. Interesting side. They give you two options. Sell the store to us and walk away with a generous payout, or take a vacation and they'll do the work and cut you a monthly check. There's all kind of different types of businesses running around the world. The question is, which one will work best for you? If you've enjoyed today's show, check us out at zoneofgenius.com. Check me out at ramonray.com. I encourage you to ask yourself, what do you really want in business? What do you really want in life? Be clear on that. Ask yourself the question, do you even want to be in business? Maybe it's not for you full-time entrepreneurship. Only you will know that. Do you want to be in business? Understand, this is not Shark Tank. This is not TV. This is real life. And real life is sometimes can be so cruel. Are you hungry enough to get to where you want to be in business and in life? Do you have the hunger? What about your pricing? I hope your pricing is right. I hope your pricing is at a premium level. Hope it's not too cheap. Hey, Ray Drummond, glad you're here. Thanks for being here, Ray. Glad you're here to make this show a better place. Appreciate you. Your pricing should be premium. And ask yourself this, Ray. Ask yourself this, Karen. Ask yourself this, Alexandria. Ask yourself this, Scott. What do you do best? What do you do best better than anybody else? And especially if you can get paid doing it, what a great place to be. Can I encourage you today, go out and make the world a better place. DM somebody, call somebody, text somebody, let them know that you care. Let them know you're thinking about them. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is The Rundown with Ramon. Thank you for taking a few minutes to be with me today, and I hope I inspired you on the show today. Be blessed. Go out and make a difference in somebody else's life. Take care, and I'll see you next time on The Rundown with Ramon. That's a wrap. Take care.